Mr. Depp, you understood that the last few years before Amber, that your relationship with your kids was such that there was a perception by them that you weren't around for them, and that all changed when Amber came into your life, correct?
Objection calls for speculation.
Just asking what he's aware of.
I'll
allow it.
May I have the question one more time, please?
You're aware that, sure. You're aware that the last few years before you started dating Amber, that there was a perception by your kids that you weren't around, and that all changed when Amber came into your life.
This is not exactly the truth of what you're trying to put forth.
No, I'm just asking if you were aware of my question, that there was a perception that you weren't around for the last couple of years before Amber, and that changed when Amber came into your life. That's all I'm asking.
Asked and answered, Your Honor.
There were extenuating
I'm not
circumstances.
sure if he's the answer to it.
Right.
For that objection, I'll overrule that objection.
Thank you. You're also aware that there was a perception, you were made aware, that Lily Rose believed that Amber was a good influence on you and changed you for the better, correct?
Objection hearsay, Your Honor.
Just asking for what his understanding is.
I'll sustain the objection. Let's move on.
All right.
Very brief
You don't have
period.
to, you don't have to answer that question. I sustain the objection.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. Next question.
You're aware of the lengths that Ms. Heard went to care for you when you were impaired on drugs or alcohol, correct?
You'd have to be specific. More
Okay.
specific, please.
Let's be specific. Sorry. Can you please pull up Exhibit 839? Your Honor, this is a recording.
By pounding on the door and waking up every 15 minutes and then falling asleep next to the door so I could hear you snore. In case if you vomited, I could call EMS if you ever stopped snoring.
Because you were afraid I was going to die.
I thought you would choke on your own vomit, which is very likely with you.
Really?
Yes, very
But I
likely.
vomit a lot.
Yes.
What?
Yes, you do vomit a lot. In your sleep, even more.
Good.
Oh, it's news to you? Then this is affecting you a lot more than I thought it was.
That'll be used.
Can you please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 1094?
Your Honor, may we approach briefly?
Mr. Depp, do you recognize this picture as being a picture of you?
Yes, Ms. Heard kindly showed it to me the day after she took it, yes.
Okay. This picture, I'd move for the admission of Defendant's Exhibit 1094 and ask for permission to publish, Your Honor.
We have no objection, Your Honor.
This is a picture of you on a black leather couch, passed out, correct?
Passed out's an interesting way of putting it. Maybe asleep.
Where is it? What residence?
That's in Boston.
I'm sorry?
That was in Boston when I was doing Black Mass.
In Boston. And that's ice cream on your lap, correct?
It is indeed. Ms. Heard asked me to hold the ice cream as she noticed that I was on the nod. That means falling asleep from the 17-hour day that I'd worked and also the opiates that I'd ingested. And if you'll notice, my right hand is in my pocket. So I wasn't participating in the festival of ice cream.
Okay.
I was holding her ice cream, and because she knew what was going to happen,
Okay.
that I would fall asleep and it would drop. And that was a wonderful picture to take for her.
Sure.
I don't know why she took it, but
Well, so it's Miss Heard's fault that picture was taken. Is that what you're saying?
she snapped it.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about this, because you say you were in Boston. This is when you were filming Black Mass,
Yes, sir.
and you testify that was kind of the last film that you did when you were taking opiates, right?
Yes, it was right before the the trip to the island.
And you testified yesterday that opiates, you don't take opiates to get high, right? You've testified to that on a couple different occasions, correct?
You certainly can take opiates to get high. If I doubled the dose, then I would most assuredly be ready for sleep.
Right.
That's not a blackout. That's
Sure. So if you double the dose, you'd be ready for sleep, but it wouldn't get you high in the way that other drugs would, correct?
well, the high is it's a extreme downer. That's its job.
Right. And for that reason, I believe you testified yesterday or 2 days ago. It's not like you take those pills to get high. You remember giving that testimony, correct?
I said that it's not like I took the pills to get high. I took the pills to
Thank
be
you.
normal, to stay normal, so
Okay,
that I
let's pull
wouldn't
up
get sick.
866, please.
What number did you say? I'm sorry.
Defendant's Exhibit 866.
But I also believe that I said that I asked nurse, or I told nurse Debbie that I had told her that I needed more than I actually took, because I always wanted to have one or two in my pocket just in case the kick started.
If you could take a look at the text at the top of that page.
Yes,
It's a text exchange between you and Erin Borum. Erin Borum, you testified as one of Dr. Kipper's nurses, right?
yes, sir.
And this is a text exchange that you had with her in August and September 2016, correct?
Sorry, I'm looking for the, oh, yes, yes. Which one are we looking at here?
The
Up at the
top
top.
three. And in the first, she tells you that she's watching Black Mass for the third
Yes.
time, right?
Yes, so August 30th, yes.
Yep. And, Your Honor, I'd move for, I'd like to admit this exhibit 866 and permission to publish, please. And particularly, I'm talking about the top three texts.
So redacting the other text, just the top three texts and the identifying
Yes, Your-
information.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we have no objection, but we would ask that the fourth text message be included as well as
So the top
context.
four text
Sure.
messages.
And obviously, the phone number is redacted as well.
Of course.
Let's get that up and see what that looks like.